Halo, cek cek cek. Satu, dua, tiga, cek cek. Minta tolong kalau audionya terkendala saya dikonfirmasi ya. Selamat malam, salam sehat selalu, sejahtera selalu. Kita malam ini bertemu lagi ya di kesempatan yang sudah mulai masuk musim penghujan ya. Hampir setiap hari hujan, sudah mulai siang hari ya, bahkan malam hari. Nah, besok-besok itu mungkin dari pagi hari ya mulai hujannya. Semoga kita selalu senantiasa diberi kesehatan, kelancaran ya di tengah cuaca yang masih transisi dari panas terik sekali ke hujan ya. Jangan lupa untuk menjaga kesehatan ya. Kalau Anda berkendara sepeda motor, jangan lupa membawa jas hujan supaya tidak kehujanan atau tidak ini ya berbasah-basah di jalan ya. Nanti takutnya bisa sakit ya. Hati-hati berkendara, cek semua ini ya kesehatan sepeda motornya ya, terutama ban atau rem karena kan biasanya licin kalau hujan. Oke, untuk hari ini ya terkait dengan teknologi gambar digital, saya ingin kita diskusi atau bahas ya peranan teknologi digital dalam bangunan terutama. Nah, nanti ada dua topik yang akan saya bahas. Yang pertama itu adalah terkait dengan teknologi digital di masa depan, dan yang kedua teknologi digital dalam bidang bangunan ya. Jadi sekarang kalau membangun suatu bangunan ya, entah itu rumah, perkantoran, itu tidak semata-mata manual lagi ya, dalam arti tukang mengerjakan terus harian gitu ya, tak tuk gitu, terus diawasi mandor dan sebagainya. Nah, dengan teknologi digital semua kegiatan tukang itu dimudahkan ya. Jadi ada semacam 3D printer di mana setelah di desain sedemikian rupa ya dengan menggunakan digital, dan pastinya di situ ada gambar kerjanya ya yang nantinya akan direalisasikan langsung dicetak di tempat ya dengan 3D printer. Nah, ada dua video terkait dengan implementasi teknologi digital di masa depan. Yang pertama dan yang kedua itu adalah teknologi digital dalam 3D printer untuk proses bangun yang saya sampaikan barusan. Begitu ya. Nah, sambil menunggu kehadiran mahasiswa yang lain, silakan Anda untuk absen di live chat ataupun di siakat ya. Dan minta tolong sekali lagi kalau ada kendala di audio ya, tolong dikonfirmasikan ya. 19.14 kita segera mulai untuk topik yang pertama. Nah, saya share dulu. Implementasi teknologi digital di masa depan. Implementasi teknologi digital di masa depan dapat melibatkan berbagai aspek kehidupan. Ya, hampir semua aspek kehidupan ya. Mulai dari sektor industri sampai dengan kehidupan kita sehari-hari. Suatu saat Anda pernah perhatikan di lingkungan sekitar kita ya, sekarang banyak sekali dipasang CCTV hampir di perempatan jalan ya. Bahkan di kampung-kampung itu juga sudah dipasang CCTV. Jadi misalkan ada peristiwa pencurian ya ataupun apapun itu ya, kejahatan, kita bisa menelusurinya dari satu kampung ke kampung lain ya dengan menggunakan pantauan CCTV yang ada di hampir setiap perempatan jalan. Ya, itu di kehidupan sehari-hari. Kita pun juga menggunakan teknologi digital. Misalkan kalau di rumah ada CCTV-nya, kita bisa pantau kehidupan. Kita bisa pantau aktivitas kegiatan yang ada di rumah. Misalkan nih buat orang tua yang bekerja seharian di luar ya, di kantor, dan harus meninggalkan buah hati di rumah. Nah, dari situ bisa diawasi ya langsung melalui HP. Nah, itu pastinya menggunakan teknologi digital. Dan kita misalkan lapar nih, mager ya untuk beranjak pergi ke kantin atau mencari makanan ya di keluar, kita bisa menggunakan teknologi digital itu. Kita bisa pesan di tempat dan kurir yang akan mengantarkan makanannya bisa mengantarkan makanan tersebut ke hadapan kita tanpa kita harus misalkan berbasah-basah ya karena hujan di luar. Itu dengan menggunakan aplikasi kiriman makanan online. Nah, ada beberapa implementasi teknologi digital di masa depan ya. Nah, nanti untuk lebih jelasnya ada videonya ya. Silakan nanti Anda cermati, Anda lihat tayangannya. Yang pertama adalah kecerdasan buatan AI yang lebih canggih, yaitu pengembangan sistem AI atau artificial intelligence yang lebih pintar dan mampu melakukan tugas-tugas yang kompleks. Integrasi AI dalam berbagai sektor seperti kesehatan, pendidikan, bisnis maupun pemerintahan. Ya. Nah, kalau misalkan sebagai contoh bidang pendidikan, suatu saat Anda mahasiswa diberi tugas oleh dosen membuat makalah misalkan ya. Dengan kecerdasan AI, ya, kecerdasan buatan AI, Anda bisa dengan ChatGPT Anda mencari tahu ya atau menyusun makalah, bahan-bahan untuk membuat makalah ya melalui situ ya. Nah, tapi ya dalam hal ini dosen pun sebenarnya tahu ya mahasiswa ambil dari ChatGPT atau Anda berdasarkan literatur yang ada di link yang memang untuk jurnal ya, itu akan kelihatan ya. Jadi untuk menghindari seperti itu, Anda bisa memparafrasakan dulu sebelum Anda masukkan atau copy paste ke makalah Anda ya, diparafrasakan dulu. Kemudian yang kedua, B, Internet of Things atau IoT yang terhubung lebih banyak, yaitu peningkatan jumlah perangkat yang terhubung termasuk kendaraan, peralatan rumah, infrastruktur kota ya, penggunaan sensor untuk mengumpulkan data dalam waktu yang nyata. Ya. Kendaraan peralatan rumah kita bisa kecek nomor plat kendaraan ya, siapa pemiliknya langsung. Ya, tinggal kita masukkan download aplikasi, masukkan nomor kendaraan, kita sudah tahu ya. Misalkan itu milik siapa, pajaknya habis berapa lama lagi kan seperti itu. Kemudian keamanan digital yang lebih kuat. Belum geser ya. Keamanan digital yang lebih kuat di sini, yaitu pengembangan sistem keamanan yang lebih canggih untuk melindungi data dan informasi pribadi. Peningkatan kesadaran akan resiko keamanan digital dan langkah-langkah untuk mengatasinya. Nah, ini nanti akan diuraikan lebih lanjut di pertemuan berikutnya ya. Kemudian D, kita lanjutkan lagi aja. Realitas virtual atau VR dan augmented reality atau AR. Penggunaan AR maupun VR dalam pendidikan, pelatihan dan hiburan. Kemudian integrasi teknologi ini dalam sektor bisnis untuk meningkatkan produktivitas dan efisiensi. Ya. Dalam hiburan ya, contoh kata yang sudah terjadi itu adalah kita menggunakan VR ya. Suatu saat kita akan berkunjung di suatu tempat, kita menggunakan VR ini ya, tanpa kita secara fisik ya berada di lokasi tersebut. Apalagi kemarin kan sempat pandemi ya, di mana kita tidak bisa keluar dengan mudah ya. Nah, salah satu solusinya kita bisa melakukan seolah-olah ya kita berada atau terlibat langsung di suatu lokasi, katakan di perpustakaan, di mall ya, dengan realitas virtual seperti itu ya. Nah, kemudian pengolahan data yang lebih cepat dan efisien. Dengan ini ya, dengan teknologi digital, pengolahan data yang lebih cepat dan efisien meliputi pengembangan teknologi pengolahan data yang lebih cepat seperti komputasi kuantum. Kemudian penerapan teknik pengolahan big data untuk mendapatkan wawasan yang lebih dalam. Ya, Anda menggunakan ChatGPT, ya, Anda menggunakan teknologi SPSS untuk mengolah data hasil survei, ya, dan sebagainya. Kemudian pemanfaatan blockchain dalam berbagai sektor termasuk keuangan, logistik, dan kesehatan. Kemudian pengembangan mata uang kripto dan sistem pembayaran digital yang lebih aman dan efisien. Jadi kita tidak repot-repot ke bank untuk setor uang ataupun kita melakukan tarik tunai ya. Jadi semuanya serba digital ya. dengan m-banking, dengan proses transfer yang begitu mudah, ya bahkan kita bisa setor ya melalui digital dari bank antar bank begitu. Kemudian sampai kita membuat member keanggotaan ya di suatu perbankan secara jarak jauh ya tanpa harus datang ke bank tersebut ya. Nah, semuanya sekarang serba dimudahkan. Kemudian seterusnya G, kota cerdas atau smart city. Nah, ini yang beberapa negara ini sudah menerapkan smart city ya. Contoh kata yang sudah ditentukan di Singapura ya. Jadi semuanya terintegrasi ya. Dari bangunan kotanya itu sendiri ya. Semuanya serba canggih. Rumah tinggal atau apartemen dengan konsep apartemen modern ya, dari pintu masuk sudah menggunakan sidik jari dengan CCTV, kemudian peralatan rumah tangga juga semua serba otomatis, serba digital, memasak tidak perlu pakai api ya, kemudian mencuci bahkan sampai setrika pun ya, setrika baju ini ya nggak perlu kita repot-repot berdiri sambil nyetrika, tapi bisa langsung dimasukkan ke mesin dan tahu-tahu sudah terlipat rapi, wangi kan begitu. Itu baru kehidupan sehari-hari ya, belum lagi terintegrasi dengan kegiatan yang lain. Dengan contoh kendaraan, misalkan transport cerdas, kita bisa menerapkan seperti MRT, LRT ya, yang sudah ada kan di Jakarta ya, dengan sistem tap ya, kita pakai kartu langganan. Nah, dengan tap kita tidak perlu membayar pakai uang cash ya, untuk menghindari kecurangan ataupun untuk menghindari kita membawa uang berlebih ya. Kita tinggal tap, masuk ke stasiun, duduk manis. Nah, nanti selama sepanjang perjalanan itu akan otomatis muncul ya penunjuk atau suara yang akan memberitahu, mengkonfirmasi bahwa kita sudah sampai di tujuan kita misalkan ya, ataupun beberapa stasiun ke depan yang akan bakal dilewati misalkan seperti itu ya. Jadi semuanya sudah dipermudah, tidak perlu repot-repot buka pintu, otomatis begitu sampai di lokasi pintu kereta akan terbuka dengan sendirinya. Dan masih banyak lagi ya terkait dengan kota cerdas atau smart cities. Namun dalam hal ini yang perlu digarisbawahi bahwa smart city atau kota cerdas ini sangat ya membutuhkan koneksi internet ya. Jadi semuanya serba harus terkoneksi dengan internet. Kemudian H, pendidikan digital yang lebih interaktif. Contoh katanya yang seperti kita lakukan seperti ini ya. Kita bisa melakukan Zoom, perkuliahan dengan Zoom, dengan Gmeet, dengan YouTube, live YouTube ya. Jadi pengembangan platform pembelajaran online yang lebih interaktif dan personalisasi. Anda tidak perlu repot-repot datang ke kampus, tidak mengeluarkan bensin ya. Cuman memang ada beberapa kekurangan, kadang penyampaian materi tidak bisa mendalam ya, karena mungkin karena sinyal, karena kesalahpahaman ya. Dalam arti kesalahpahaman yang persepsinya mungkin perlu lebih perdalam lagi gitu ya. Kadang seperti itu. Beda kalau kita langsung tatap muka kan, kita bisa diskusi dengan nyaman. Kemudian pemanfaatan teknologi untuk memfasilitasi pembelajaran jarak jauh dan lebih baik dengan teknologi digital ya. Kemudian kesehatan digital dalam hal ini ya, yaitu peningkatan pemanfaatan teknologi dalam diagnosis, pemantauan dan perawatan kesehatan, serta pengembangan wearable device dan teknologi telemedicine ya. Tapi herannya ya, tiap kali masuk angin ya, kok masih aja budaya kerok minta kerok ya, supaya untuk membuang angin tersebut, itu kok masih ada ya. Kemudian C, terakhir ya, energi terbarukan dalam efisiensi energi, yaitu pemanfaatan teknologi untuk meningkatkan efisiensi energi dan pengembangan sistem penyimpanan energi yang jauh lebih baik. Oke, lanjut ya. Kok ada suara apa ini? Oke, lanjut ya. Ini sepertinya space di saya kurang nggak cukup nih untuk menyimpan ya, nggak masalah. Kesimpulannya adalah implementasi teknologi digital di masa depan harus juga diimbangi dengan perhatian terhadap etika dan dampak sosialnya, termasuk keamanan privasi, pertimbangan etika AI, dan pemerataan akses teknologi. Selain itu, penting untuk memastikan bahwa perkembangan ini memberikan manfaat yang berkelanjutan bagi masyarakat secara keseluruhan. Itu kesimpulannya ya dari implementasi teknologi digital dalam masa depan. Oke, kita lanjut untuk penayangan videonya ya. 2050 ya, saya akan ajak Anda berjalan-jalan di masa depan tahun 2050 ya. Saya matikan dulu untuk materinya. Video 1 ya, silakan untuk Anda menyimak.
Since the turn of the century, technology has rapidly improved. Our reality is now filled with things that were mere dreams in the past few decades. Seeing how the past has unfolded, I was curious about what the next 30 years would look like. So I did a little digging into what life might look like in 2050 for us. Let's take a look. Nanotechnology. First, let's take a look at nanotechnology. Over the years, scientists have made exciting developments and discovered numerous innovative applications for nanotechnology. As it stands, nanotechnology has the potential to change life as we know it. Field believe that nanobots will, in the future, be fitted into our brains to connect us to the virtual world more readily and faster. With the use of brain-computer interface technology, the mind and computer will be one, making humans very powerful beings with access to endless information and solutions to problems that the mind wouldn't be able to solve. If nanotechnology reaches that stage, there may be no need for gadgets like phones and calculators. Well, this is very exciting for the student of the future. Looks like math will not be a universal challenge much longer. 3D print technology. The next tech advancement that we can expect in the future is the rise of 3D print technology. 3D print technology is already advanced, but we can expect it to be even more advanced in 2050. Right now, we have 3D printed tools and homes. In the future, we will be able to print more tools and perhaps even some modes of transportation if bigger machines are built. This technology will also become more accessible to everyone who may want a 3D printer, making the possibilities of what can be printed infinite. If the current trend of open source 3D printable files continues, it will not be long before everyone prints their own large objects like furniture and weapons. Well, here's an idea. How about developing an affordable 3D printer for food? That could be the end of world hunger, despite global warming. Medical. Now we go from the extinction of phones to the eradication of death. Well, by 2050, the finality of death may be a thing of the past. With the brain connected to a computer through BCI technology, the information stored in our brains can be transferred into a hard disk like computer files. That means the data, including memories, can be retrieved and uploaded into another being, maybe a more advanced humanoid robot. This way, the best minds in every field will be preserved and able to continue working on innovations. Another improvement to consider in the medical field is that serious diseases like cancer will be cured. The only downside to this development is that every new technology is very expensive when it first comes out, so the rest of us may not have access to this literally life-saving technology for a while. Transportation. Something that we may have access to is transportation. In 2050, transportation will have immensely changed, with experimentation focused on self-driving cars already underway from car manufacturers such as Tesla. It is not much of a stretch to believe that by 2050, the technology for fully automated vehicles will exist. Some notable advantages of such automated vehicles include a drastic reduction in traffic-related deaths because the vehicles will collaborate with traffic control systems. Another advantage is the change in lifestyle that self-driving vehicles will bring. With no need to man a vehicle, people will be free to choose whether to relax or be more productive as they travel. A lot of free time, considering the amount of time spent in traffic. Another interesting development is the Hyperloop One project by Elon, which aims to move the bulk of public transportation underground. With the use of electromagnetic levitation at historic speeds of 310 kilometers per hour, this train presents the opportunity for a faster, cheaper, and cleaner mode of transportation. And if more people opt for it, then there will be even fewer traffic-related incidents. Fuel. Still on transportation, the fuel used in all future transportation modes will be renewable energy. Currently, the world is plagued by global warming and the threat of depleting natural resources, so we do need to be looking at adapting to a more sustainable source of energy. Now, Hyperloop One is exploring electromagnetic levitation, and the automobile industry has also been looking for ways to reduce harmful vehicle emissions. These are all efforts aimed at achieving the goal of stopping the use of carbon-emitting fuels. Besides those, research is being done on the ocean's wind, solar and thermal energy. One company in particular, Blue Rise, a specialist developer of ocean thermal energy conversion, is working on a project that could completely phase out the use of fossil fuels. Hopefully, Blue Rise and their colleagues will be successful soon enough to alleviate some of the environmental problems we face. Space exploration. Now, if there is one thing that has been mentioned as a mitigating option for our current environmental challenges, it's space exploration and colonization. Companies like SpaceX and Blue Origin are set on revolutionizing space technology, with goals of spatial exploration and ultimately enabling people to live on other planets in colonies. With all the strides already made, by 2050, space tourism will also be a reality for those who can afford it. The possibilities for holiday destinations will expand to include places like Mars and the Moon. Unfortunately, a trip to orbit will be significantly expensive, making it exclusive for the extremely wealthy, at least at first. Artificial intelligence. Something that may be available for everyone is artificial intelligence. Already more advanced than most of the innovations mentioned here, the development of artificial intelligence will only get better through the years. Experts in the field believe that AI will surpass the processing power of living brains. That wouldn't be scary if it didn't open the door to the robopocalypse. Luckily, scientists still have to figure out how to impart all the important human values into an AI before it can become a part of our everyday life. But the rise of AI will, of course, change the face of the workforce. Not only that, but the job market will also face radical change. And with the way things are going, about half of the world's current jobs will be extinct, taken over by AI machines and robots. In 2050, the world will be more interconnected and even more driven by data than it is now. Some of us will definitely need to consider a career change. Education. As the job market changes, education will also see some significant changes. Already there has been an increase in digital learning, especially during the pandemic. By 2050, completely digital schools will be commonplace. Even if we have physically attended schools, they will have no need for books, using tablets and laptops instead. For higher education, experts believe that more than 70% of the student population will be enrolled in online degrees, making education more globalized. A rather welcome step in the right direction if we are to make good education accessible to all, I believe. Online degrees may even be taught by AI-powered robots. At that time, I imagine the robots will be able to prepare course material, give lectures, and mark assignments. Sadly, you may be unable to twist your lecturer's arm, so they give you a deadline extension. The metaverse. Now we move on to the metaverse. Since Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg announced it, virtual reality and AI have been assimilated into our everyday life through the social media giant. For those who may be a bit confused about the metaverse, you're not alone, and you've come to the right place. The metaverse is a virtual reality computer-generated environment in which you can interact with other users through AI-enabled software. So it's about simulation, with avatars representing users. As metaverse functions get more developed, by 2050 it will be able to offer a full virtual experience that includes shopping to travel right from the comfort of your own home. People will have the option to share their virtual experiences with the world. Imagine taking a trip to your favorite holiday destination with your family, only you're not physically there. That's what the metaverse will offer. It seems to me like the more we get connected, the more we stay apart. Money. Next is money. Even though we will still use money, one thing that has been used less and less over the years is cash. Keeping up with that trend, cash will most likely no longer be used in 2050. All transactions will be done virtually, and new modes of financial transactions will emerge because of AI and decentralized finance. As the world slowly starts to adopt those technologies, we may not even have to do our own grocery shopping anymore, making traditional paper and plastic money even less useful. Like Tesla, which orders its own car parts as needed, our automated pantries and refrigerators may order our groceries. No more getting the wrong milk, or even running out of milk. Real estate. Speaking of the automation of home appliances, the homes in 2050 will also be completely automated smart homes. Although smart homes already exist, the developments that will be available in the next few decades will be a great improvement to what we have now. Smart homes in 2050 will have full AI activation functions, allowing the home to sense our moods and requirements without giving it a single command. Additionally, interactive hologram televisions will exist, meaning that you can verbally call up your hologram TV and it will appear right in front of you. The best part, you will never have to look for the remote again, because you can control the TV with your mind using nanotechnology, as discussed at the beginning of the video. So with that, we have come full circle in this video of exploring what our lives will look like in 2050. To be honest, this is just an exercise of imagination, and I realize that not everything discussed in this video will come true. However, you'd have to agree that none of this is too far-fetched either, as humanity has already planted the roots of many of these technologies. Anyways, one thing is for certain with how technology is progressing. I have no doubt that the world will be very different by 2050, but I do hope that our current societal systems and structures will be able to cope with these coming innovations. So, what do you think of these future innovations? Do you think this is what life will look like in 2050? Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, hit the subscribe button and continue watching by clicking on one of the cards on your screen. See you in the next one.
Oke, lanjut saja ke video kedua ya. Terkait dengan teknologi digital dalam bangunan yang tadi sudah saya sampaikan, yaitu 3D printer ya. Untuk ulasannya setelah tayangan video. Silakan disimak ya.
When you think of the most innovative house in the world, what comes to mind? For me, it's all about the way you build it. You can turn any home into a smart home with renovations, innovative systems for electrical, mechanical, plumbing, but what really makes a home innovative, in my opinion, is the way it's built. The biggest need right now is in affordable housing and building more homes at a faster pace. Historically, the supply for housing has never really caught up to demand, and so we're left in an environment where real estate is increasing at a faster rate than inflation. My first video of this house got over 500,000 views and is my most viewed video to date. So then I went to Germany and toured this house with the head architect himself. For some reason that video got 1/10 views of the original, but today we're back to show the finished product of what I consider the most innovative house in the world. Since we last discussed it about 8 or 9 months ago, I've learned quite a bit more about 3D printed construction and specifically this project. So before we go into the finished details, let's look at how it was constructed and revisit some of the innovative choices they made, which together make this such a fascinating project. This building was 3D printed by Perry. They used a Cobod printer. Perry is actually a stakeholder in the Cobod company. This was a brilliant move because Perry does a ton of formwork concrete. So by investing in 3D printed concrete, they're hedging their bet in the industry they are now operating in. After completing the first floor, they installed an insulated concrete form floor. This also includes a lot of the electrical and mechanical equipment, as this house has radiant heat, which will make it much more environmentally friendly than alternative heating options. Any place they have horizontal overhangs, they needed to prefab the structures. Some of these are prefab insulated concrete forms, and other portions are 3D printed parts that are lifted into place on site. These were printed off-site, and we'll take a look at that later. Finally, they placed the forms again and then poured the roof. We've also seen more traditional gable roofs integrated with Cobod system. That time lapse really leaves out quite a bit of details. First, they have to put the printer together. They receive it in parts. There are columns that make the Z-axis, and then a bar that goes from the left to right side that makes the X-axis, and it also goes forward and backward, which is the Y-axis. The vertical columns need to be on anchors so that they can be stable. Assembling the entire printer is approximately an 8-hour process. Disassembling the printer takes about 4 hours. This printer also features what they call an E-axis and a U-axis. The E is the extruder, and the U is the orientation of the extruder head. as it can rotate 360 degrees to accommodate any angles. This is necessary because Cobod uses a print head that extrudes a rectangular shape as opposed to a circular extruder head that many companies opt for, which doesn't require a U-axis. Printing is definitely the fun part of the job. Once everything gets going, it takes about 3 people monitoring the system to make sure everything's running smoothly. One person will watch the extruder head, another person will sit at the laptop, a third person will monitor the material from the silo. On some job sites, hose management can be particularly tricky, and in that case you'll have a 4th person specifically responsible for managing the hose. It's awesome watching everything come together as the machine does most of the work. It's clever how Cobod has this serrated pattern at the top of each layer. This probably helps it hold a bond to the previous layer. The beauty of printed concrete is that it hasn't cured by the end of the first layer, so when you print the next layer on top, you end up with a monolithic structure, which is just as strong as if you had poured it into a traditional form. In fact, with the mixes they use, printed walls are often significantly stronger than their poured formwork alternative, not to mention the custom wavy patterns you can do for bonus points. The gap between the inner and outer wall is where they can put insulation. Here we see a close-up of what the system looks like when the U-axis is rotating. You have to clean the system every once in a while. As you can see, it gets a little bit of material buildup just from regular use, and with concrete it cures very quickly, so unless you want to use a chisel, it's best to get it thoroughly cleaned after every use. There have been cases where a printer that's not kept in top condition ends up with a clog either at the extruder head or in the hose more likely. In this case, occasionally they'll have to hit the hose with hammers in order to get rid of the clog. By doing maintenance at proper intervals and making sure you clean it really well, you can avoid the likelihood of some of these scenarios that can lead to excessive time and money being wasted. Another common learning experience I've heard from many job sites is equipment management. When you're printing a house, you have a large silo pumping material into the mixer pump system, which then goes into the hose, which feeds into the extruder head of your machine. You need a generator, a silo, and your mixer pump system to all be connected to the same system while the print head is moving continuously. On large complicated prints, this might mean you have to move your equipment every day, and that's a little bit of a logistics puzzle to figure out where everything should go. Part of what makes this the most innovative house in the world is how it's the first of its kind. Once there are tons of homes like this, it'll be much easier because they'll already know how to overcome some of the challenges they face. Here you see the beaded foam insulation that they use to keep the house warm in the winter. They were considerate of electrical, mechanical, and plumbing in the planning phase, and so they had some pass-throughs that were installed during the print to make it extremely easy. Installing these pass-throughs required no saws, no drills. It's almost easier than Lego. These metal ties provide support between the inner and outer wall without having too much of a cold bridge. Remember the prefabricated parts we were talking about earlier for horizontal overhangs? Here's the installation process. They were lifted into place overhead by a crane and then installed by manual laborers. These pieces were all printed off-site for the parapet of the home. By combining on-site and off-site printing, you're really able to accomplish a lot that wouldn't be feasible with just one or the other. That being said, they probably could have printed these pieces on-site before they started the home. You can definitely tell a significant difference in quality between the prints done in this warehouse and the prints done outside. These indoor warehouse prints look crispy, and look how clean the machine is. This is probably before they started printing the house. Either that, or it's a completely different machine. At the very least, a different extruder head. These printed lines are approximately 6.5 centimeters long. You can also tell it's really easy to make holes in it, which can be done either during or after the print. Now for the moment you've all been waiting for, the finished product. When I was in Germany back in June, they had scaffolding all around the building, and so you couldn't appreciate it in its true form the way you can in these pictures. This is even before the landscaping, but it really looks sharp. Architecture is an industry where people often try to conform to traditional styles, but this home is totally unique. Mensa Corte did a great job creating a design that was worthy of the construction method. Like a chain is only as strong as its weakest link, a concrete printer is only as valuable as the models you can print with it. The finishing of this house is terrific in my opinion. It's super modern, and the printed walls are not overwhelming despite being tremendously exposed. Many of the homes I visit choose to hide parts of the printed wall, and while it's nice to know this can be done, I honestly really prefer leaving the walls exposed. This is also the best way to maximize your value instead of paying extra for finishes that really add nothing but subjective aesthetics. In many ways, this home is totally unrecognizable from the state it was in when I first visited. Those detail-oriented Germans really did a phenomenal job, and I think this staircase is one of my favorite parts of the building. The black accent walls in the details and appliances really give a uniform, modern look. They also have an entire smart home system built into a closet behind that bookshelf that Vladimir Korte explained to us in the video I recorded with him last time I was here. I feel pretty confident that Mensa Corte will pursue more 3D printed construction projects in the future, as I really think they had fun with this one. Oftentimes when people think of 3D printed houses, they think of the false media news that was spread years ago about a $10,000 or a $4,000 3D printed house. Now, that's not a very realistic number. This house isn't meant to be a cheap house by any means. It was built to show what this technology is capable of on the higher end, when you put a lot of thought and time into the process, and you consider what's possible with printing that wasn't really possible beforehand. How do you feel about the design of this house? With anything so new and unique, there are bound to be a variety of opinions. Please share yours in the comments below, and we can see what Mensa Corte did that the public appreciate, and what they can maybe change for next time. I'm sure they would like to get some feedback in terms of how the public views their work. One of my favorite parts of this project is that it's not built in a big German city. It's built in a smaller old suburb. Many of the people don't even really speak English. For this technology to be reaching into rural areas in Germany, also in Richmond, Virginia, Williamsburg, Arizona, Florida, all over the world, really demonstrates the pervasiveness of this technology. It creates an automatic intrigue from passerbyers and anybody who catches wind of this new 3D printed home. Most people still only think of small plastic objects when you talk about 3D printing, but that's going to change. Maybe it will be one of you in the audience who discovers some of the efficiencies of printing and makes housing more affordable for people all over the world.
Oke, ya. Dari video tadi Anda bisa melihat kecanggihan dari teknologi digital sekarang, ya. Namun sebelum dibangun, ya, bangunan tersebut, ya, terlebih dahulu tadi di video ditampilkan, ya, ada semacam gambar kerja digitalnya. Jadi tetap saja, ya, kita merancang bangunan tersebut, kita desain dari mulai denah, tampak, potongan, secara konstruksi dan sebagainya itu melalui gambar. Ya, jadi apa yang kita inginkan, kita cita-citakan, ya, dari ide tersebut kita visualkan dalam bentuk gambar terlebih dahulu. Baru setelah itu dilaksanakan di lapangan dengan bantuan 3D printer. Seperti itu, ya. Nah, membangun bangunan dengan menggunakan 3D printer, ini sedikit aja lagi, ya, tambahan, adalah inovasi yang semakin berkembang di dunia konstruksi. Metode ini dapat mempercepat proses konstruksi, mengurangi biaya, serta memberikan fleksibilitas dalam desain. Nah, berikut adalah langkah-langkah umum dalam membangun bangunan dengan menggunakan 3D printer. Yang pertama adalah perencanaan desain, di mana di situ dirancang dengan menggunakan perangkat lunak desain 3D. Memastikan bahwa desain mempertimbangkan faktor keamanan, struktur, dan kepatuhan terhadap regulasi bangunan. Jadi yang direncanakan melalui 3D printer pun itu tetap saja sama dengan seperti kita membangun dengan manual, ya. Ada faktor keamanannya, konstruksinya seperti apa, kemudian bangunan atau regulasi aturan bangunan yang ini, ya, oleh pemerintah, ya, itu seperti apa. Nah, itu tetap dipatuhi. Pemilihan memilih bahan cetak yang sesuai dengan konstruksi bangunan, di mana umumnya yaitu sama ya dengan kita menggunakan mendirikan bangunan secara manual, yaitu campuran semen, serat, dan bahan tambahan lainnya. Kemudian lanjut persiapan area konstruksi disiap-siapkan dulu ya. Kalau tadi kita lihat tidak ada pondasi yang seperti kita ini ya, bangunan manual yang digali dalam kurang lebih misalkan 1 meter, 2 meter dan seterusnya ya. Namun di situ ada semacam tadi ya logam memanjang ya, besi memanjang, baru setelah itu di atasnya ditambahkan untuk proses pengecorannya ya dengan 3D printer. Kemudian konfigurasi 3D printer yaitu menyiapkan 3D printer sesuai dengan ukuran dan spesifikasi bangunan yang akan dibangun, serta memeriksakan dan mengkalibrasi printer tersebut terlebih dahulu sebelum kita mulai untuk mencetak ya, untuk memastikan akurasi pencetakannya. Kemudian pencetakan lapisan awal yaitu mencetak lapisan dasar atau pondasi bangunan. Proses ini bisa dimulai bagian bawah bangunan lanjut ke atas, sama ya, dari bawah sampai ke atas. Memastikan bahwa setiap lapisan telah mengeras sebelum mencetak lapisan berikutnya. Jadi itu kan menerus ya. Jadi alatnya itu kalau kita lihat di video tadi kan muter-muter ya, dari pojok ke tengah ke pinggir lagi dan seterusnya ya. Dan itu berlapis ya. Kemudian proses cetaknya dipantau, kemudian pemberian struktur tambahan. Jadi tetap saja ya, di situ ada konstruksinya. Jadi seperti penguat tadi ada tulang-tulangannya besi ya, itu sama. Jadi 3D printer itu kan fungsinya untuk lebih mempermudah proses tukang di hariannya ya. Tidak usah pasang batu bata ya, tapi langsung dicor tapi secara berlapis dan menerus. Kemudian finishing dan penyelesaian ya, ada beberapa yang perlu ditambahkan di situ seperti instalasi pintu, jendela, sistem utilitas ya, listrik kan tadi ya perlu ditambahkan. Memastikan bangunan mencapai standar keamanan dan regulasi konstruksi setempat. Kemudian dipantau kualitasnya serta diadakan pemeliharaan serta perawatan kan begitu. Nah, menggunakan 3D printer dalam konstruksi dapat membawa manfaat seperti efisiensi waktu, pengurangan limbah ya, otomatis ya. Kalau manual itu kan kita menggunakan perancah bambu. Kita menggunakan triplex untuk mencetak pilar-pilar, menggunakan plastik, belum lagi material yang lain ya, paku, benang untuk bangunan ya, bukan benang jahit ya. Nah, terus belum lagi kantong kertas semen ya dan lain-lain. Serta kemampuan untuk menciptakan desain yang lebih kompleks. Namun masih diperlukan penelitian lebih lanjut untuk mengatasi tantangan dan memastikan bahwa metode ini dapat diadopsi secara luas dalam industri konstruksi. Begitu rekan mahasiswa untuk yang bisa saya sampaikan pada malam hari ini. Jika ada pertanyaan dipersilahkan ya terkait implementasi teknologi digital di masa depan serta 3D printer untuk bangunan. Yang sudah hadir ada Fajar Sandi dan Go Green. Ini siapa ya Go Green? Ya. Untuk minggu depan pelaksanaan perkuliahan ya, itu Anda cukup absen saja karena minggu depan adalah minggu tenang. Jadi untuk absensi sebagai ganti pertemuan pertama ya, nanti videonya akan saya sampaikan di pertemuan ke-7. Jadi mahasiswa silakan absen saja. Untuk memberikan notifnya ya, nanti akan saya share di grup WA ya. Oke, jika tidak ada pertanyaan, perkuliahan kita akhiri cukup sekian. Mohon maaf jika ada salah kata ataupun kekurangan dalam penyampaian materi. Jika ada pertanyaan lebih lanjut bisa disampaikan melalui grup ya. Terima kasih atas perhatiannya, atas kehadirannya pada malam ini. Jangan lupa absen, kita bertemu lagi minggu depan. See you, dadah.